Hey, it's Mr. Stubblefield, and I want to talk to you a little bit about a tool you're going to use in chemistry all the time, and that tool is called dimensional analysis. So dimensional analysis is actually, it's pretty simple, but because units can vary, it really messes with students' minds sometimes. But once you get it down, you'll have it down. Let me show you with an example that you probably would understand. Let's say you have 36 cookies. Who wouldn't want to have 36 cookies? So if you got 36 cookies and I was to ask you, how many dozen cookies do you have? You'd probably say, oh, 36 cookies, there's 12 cookies in a dozen, and so 36 cookies equals 3 dozen cookies. And you're good to go. But what if I was to ask you something a little bit different? Like, how about 257 centimeters is equal to how many meters? Then students start to get a little bit more confused. And so what you have to do is you have to know this thing, and there's a thing called a conversion factor. And a conversion factor is just a fancy word for a fraction that equals 1. So A over A equals 1. Or if you have the same thing over the same thing, that is equal to 1. And you probably can't quite see that. So if you have the same thing over the same thing, that's equal to 1. And so all you have to know is the relationship between these measurements. So let's go back to the 257 centimeters to meters. What you have to know is centi means 100, like there's 100 cents in a dollar, and so there are 100 centimeters in a meter. And you can multiply any unit that you have a conversion factor for to convert it to another unit. So if we're going to do this conversion, all we have to do is know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Then what you do is you set it up as a problem so that the unit that you have, which is centimeters, will cancel out. So if I take my 257 centimeters and I multiply that by a conversion factor, which is just a fraction that equals 1, so I know that 1 meter is the same as 100 centimeters. Then all I have to do is take 257 times 1 divided by 100, or just 257 divided by 100, and I get 2.57 meters for an answer. And that's a skill that you're going to need to know in chemistry. We do a lot of problems. This one's very, very simple, but we do a lot of problems that involve dimensional analysis, especially later. So thanks for tuning in. If you have more questions, that's great. I have a couple of different practice worksheets out there on Canvas that you can do and upload your answers so you can get credit. And that's Mr. Stubbs out.